Now welcome to your beautiful home. Hi, this is Bautista and welcome to a brand new MetroGuide Realty house tour. So today we are going to be showing you something very different. Instead of our usual brand new houses, we're going to be showing you a prime residential property located here in Greenmeadows Quezon City. So let's begin by taking a look at the property features. This is an 805 square meter lot with a frontage of about 20 meters, and the entrance is already elevated by about 6 to 8 feet from street level. That's why we have this driveway over here. We're gonna be walking through this property so that you have an orientation of the size and dimensions of the property. But what we're really gonna focus on is the investment value and potential value of living in such a well-planned community. Let's go. So this property was built in the late 80s. It's very well kept. You can potentially even keep the property and renovate it. But if you plan to build a brand new house, having this sloping lot is really an advantage, because having a lot like this gives you the chance of having a lower ground floor and potentially making it a 3-level property. So with an 800 square meter lot, you can easily have a 1,500 square meter house here. Now let's head on up. So you have a parallel 2-car port here on the other side, but you can clearly see how elevated we are. So we're far from the fault line, there's no flooding in the area, and I'm also going to be talking about how well managed this village is later. But let's head on over towards the main entry. Now welcome to your beautiful home. Upon entering the house, you have an entrance foyer here, and you have a very unique living space with a high ceiling with a skylight. So this is a really unique architectural design, because a lot of houses usually have this covered completely. You have a terrace at the second floor, but here you have these windows which let in so much natural light. So even if we turn off all the lights, it's so bright here. So you can imagine if you plan to renovate this, there are so many possibilities here. They currently made this a rock garden. And from this space, it flows to a living area and dining space. This house was designed by a well-known architectural firm back in the 80s. That's why you have such a functional design here, and you have a high ceiling for your open-planned living and dining spaces. It's filled with all this really beautiful vintage furniture by the owner. And in addition, we aren't really going to go into the bedrooms anymore for the owner's privacy, because this property is really being marketed and shown to the property for the value of the lot itself and the location. But we're gonna walk through so that you can just see some of the areas and have an idea on the space. Let's go over here towards the main kitchen. So the main kitchen is really unique as well, because it has this high ceiling which has a similar feel with the living and dining spaces. And what's really unique about this is it has this large glass window here, giving you a great view of your rock garden. And it gives you a very nice indoor-outdoor feel as well. And there's a step down here because the property really follows the slope of the land. The land slopes gently upwards from the street all the way to the back of the house. And you have a breakfast nook over here. And on this side, you have access towards your auxiliary kitchen space. Up here, you have service quarters. And on this side, you have an additional bathroom. This property is 3 bedrooms, 2 here at the ground level and 1 at the second level. And there's so much that we can talk about regarding the surrounding area of the property. But now let's head on out. So what you see over here are 2 glass doors leading out to a spacious backyard area. So if you purchase this property, you can really imagine how spacious and generous the garden or pool space can be. Let's go. I'm doing what I've done for a lot of our property tours, which is standing at the corner so that you can really appreciate the size and scale of the property. We just have a nearby construction site because there's a lot of new construction in this village because the new residents are really seeing the growth of the surrounding communities as well. And they're seeing the value of living here. Just to give you an idea, this area is a potential gazebo space. I'm gonna step over here. You can really see how evident the slope of the property is. In addition, you see that you have a large lanai space here. You can imagine having a large swimming pool if you purchase this property. A large garden also. And I'd also like to start talking about the surrounding developments. What really makes Greenmeadows stand out is over the next 5 years, there are going to be massive developments throughout C5 Libis, which is right beside Greenmeadows. This property, meaning this community, is about 77 hectares, but in front of it, along C5, you have a 30-hectare mixed-use development by Robinson's Land called Bridgetown. It will have commercial buildings, residential buildings, a mall, a hotel, and you also have right beside it almost a 35-hectare prime development by Ayala Land and the Luciatan Group or Eaton Properties. That will be called Park Links, which will also have a huge mixed lane development that will be about 40 to 50% dedicated to green spaces, and will also have a sports complex. And we also have a link via a bridge that will connect Quezon City and Pasig. So that's a mouthful, but there are so many developments, and even right beside it, you have Nuvo Land, which is about 4 hectares with residential buildings, and of course, you have the 18-hectare Eastwood City by Mega World. So all these developments are just 1 to 2 kilometers away from this property. So there's so much development going on over the next 5 years here. Just to give you an idea, condos are selling just 1 kilometer away from here for 2 to 300,000 pesos per square, and they are going to be finishing by 2024 to 2025. So that gives you an idea about the value of this space. Okay, let's now talk about the community Greenmeadows 1. It was developed by Ortigas and Company, and it has about 600 to 630 lots, which is a very low density for 77 hectares. In addition, it's the only triple ISO certified residential community in the country. So we're talking about certifications for occupational safety, environmental management, and quality systems. So how does that translate to your experience as a homeowner? They actually have a command and control center for their security and admin team. They have very well-trained security and admin staff. In addition, they have gorgeous and well-planned amenities that covers 2 to 3 hectares here in the village. And we're gonna take a look at that right here. We hope you enjoyed that real estate tour of this prime 805 square meter property located here in Greenmeadows in Quezon City. If you want to know more about this property or visit it in person, you can click the description below where you can find our email and number there. You can also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Once again, my name is Jake Bautista from MetroGuide Realty. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to bring you clarity, quality, and convenience in finding a great Metro Manila home for you and your family. Contact us today in the email and number shown here to schedule a property viewing. You can also click the description below for the property details. Don't forget to click that subscribe button so that you can get notified of our future videos. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to bringing you and your family a great Metro Manila home.